This girl went under my desk while I was live. Okay, let me explain. Also, real quick, I am currently live on Twitch doing an e-date where literally I am getting people to e-date the hottest girls that I know. Make sure you guys join on the live stream. Click the description down below. Other than that, let's get straight into this. Yo, what is going on, you guys? My name is Bubba, and welcome back to another crazy story. So today's story is about how this girl went under my desk while I was live streaming. And honestly, to understand the full story, I have to start from the very beginning. So back when I was in high school, this was my grade 10 year, and I remember I was kind of like talking and flirting with this chick in my class. If you guys don't know, there was this girl in my class. We're gonna call her, like, I don't know, let's just say Chloe. Totally random name, not the actual name of the person, but we're just gonna say Chloe. Anyways, I remember Chloe. She was a very decent girl, and me and her were always, you know, hang out and be just good friends. But one time I decided to kind of break the border between our friendship and kind of become more than that. Usually most people try to do this with their best friends, and honestly I always get the question of, oh, like, how do you make your best friend like your girlfriend? And honestly, sometimes it's just better to stay in the friend zone. It's just common sense. But for me and Chloe, I remember that me and her decided to break that barrier and one time, you know, hang out. If you guys don't know what I mean by that, yes, I do mean doing the devil's tango. But later on throughout the story, I realized that this was a big mistake. You see, I remember my grandma was taking care of me for a couple months because my parents went on a business trip. And by business trip, I mean they just wanted to get away, you know, have a good time. So I remember my grandma was taking care of me, and I love my grandma. My grandma's an outstanding woman. But, you know, it's very easy to get things past her and stuff. For example, like if I wanted to have a party in my place, it wasn't that difficult to make happen. But I remember one time I wanted to invite this chick over, Chloe, and I was like, you know what? Like, I can make it happen. So I remember that night, I remember I went to my grandma and I told her, oh, like, grandma, like, I'm gonna be downstairs just busy working and stuff. And to her, she didn't mind me playing video games in my room all the time, unlike my parents. Anyways, later that night, I remember I invited Chloe over, and me and her were just in my room, kind of chilling, playing video games, watching Netflix. And I remember me and her ended up doing the devil's tango and breaking the friend zone. Now, in my mind, it wasn't a good idea to break the friendship barrier. I'm not gonna lie. Afterwards, I realized that this should have been a big mistake, and it was just not a good idea. And I remember I ended up telling her that. At first, she said she was cool with it, but then things got worse and worse to the point where she was obsessed. I remember later on throughout the next day of school, I remember me and her were always talking stuff, but she got really flirtatious. It was like she's not even my friend anymore. She just kept seeming like she wanted to do the devil's tango at any moment. She kept inviting me over. She kept saying, can I come over to your place? And I kept saying no. I didn't want to. I had other things to focus on. Actually, funny enough, this was the time when I was streaming on YouTube those days and, you know, trying to get my content game up because I really wanted to become a YouTuber. Luckily, I am a YouTuber now, but back then it was not that easy. Anyways, I remember talking to her, telling her like, hey, like, you know, I don't think it's a good idea. It's not, you know, let's just be friends like we were before. But she didn't want to. She kept being upset. She kept getting annoyed. And then one night, Chloe couldn't handle it. She needed to do the devil's tango. And honestly, I did not know what she meant by that when she sent me that Snapchat, but I'm just gonna ignore it and keep playing Call of Duty. I remember there was one night where I was streaming a game. I don't remember what game specifically. I think I was just playing Call of Duty, to be honest. I always streamed Black Ops 2 back then. But I remember I was streaming and I was just kind of, you know, talking to my chat, hanging out. I only had like 30 viewers, thank God, but at the same time, this channel only had like 300 subs at the moment. To think now it's at almost 200,000 subscribers on this channel is kind of insane. But going on, I remember as I was like hanging out and just chilling, playing video games and streaming, I remember I ended up hearing a knock on my window. Now at this point, I have no idea why I had a knock on my window. I was kind of curious, like, oh, like, what's going on? Who is this? So I remember I went to go check on my window. I went over there and I saw Chloe was outside my window, just sitting there waiting for me to open it. I remember I opened my window partially and said, what are you doing here? It's late. She's like, what are you doing? Can I come inside? I was like, no, you can't come inside. I'm streaming. Obviously, I had my mic muted, so stream couldn't know what was going on, but they were questioning, oh, like, where'd he go? Where's Bubba? I remember I kept telling her, you gotta leave. Like, this is not a good idea. I told you. But then she said, come on, just let me in. She ended up taking my window and basically opening it for herself and coming inside my place. When she did, she sat on my bed and she was just waiting for me to end stream because that's what I told her to do. Honestly, there was no way I was going to show her to the live stream that I was doing because I don't want 30 people to know I have a chick over. Like, girls and chicks and Call of Duty just don't match at that time and age. And I remember I told her, just be quiet. Don't make any noise. Let me just finish live streaming, okay? She's like, fine, but then, like, don't keep me waiting too long is what she said afterwards. So I remember I was streaming and I ended up streaming for another hour because obviously I usually like to stream for 2 to 3 hours. Even still to this day on Twitch, I stream for only 2 or 3 hours, which I am currently on live right now, like I usually say. But I remember after a while, I was just like really just weirded out by her sitting there. And then I remember she ended up standing up and going under my desk. At this moment, I had no idea what was going on. I was like, what are you doing? Get out of there. What are you doing under my desk? And then I realized that she ended up reaching for my pants, and let's just say one thing led to another. She was doing the devil's head while I was live. I had only 30 people on my chat at the moment, but they knew something was off. I remember I kept like pushing my chest towards my desk and putting my like camera so it looks like it's just my torso and up, trying to make sure no one noticed anything weird. My facial reactions during that was not pleasant. I'm gonna be honest, it looks like I was playing Call of Duty while like, I don't know, dying in a way. it just didn't make sense. And honestly, I had no focus on the game, and I remember I would always just randomly let go of my controller and then one of my analog sticks and just keep pushing her head back because I didn't want her to keep going. I know this story sounds absolutely crazy, but that's not even the worst part. I remember like she was doing it for almost like 20 minutes and I just couldn't handle it anymore. I remember I ended up pulling up my pants and then afterwards standing up saying, "What are you doing? Like, just stop." And my stream was confused. They thought I was like getting possessed or something or yelling at the video game, when in reality I was yelling at the girl under my desk, aka Chloe. At this moment, it was kind of funny, and I'm not gonna lie, I do regret breaking that friendship barrier, but honestly, things just kept getting worse. After a while, I remember Chloe got out of under my desk from the angle where my camera can see her perfectly, and my chat was just very confused. They're like, "Who's the girl? What's going on here? What? She was under your desk the whole time?" And that's when I realized, oh snap, this is gonna be very confusing. After a while, I did not know what to say, and I remember I ended up just ending my live stream then and there. Obviously, I got some comments on my future videos, but knowing I only had 300 subscribers, no one really cared about me. I wasn't a big channel at the time, so people just kind of let it go after a while. But this is where the story gets actually kind of crazy. I remember afterwards I end my live stream, I remember my parents came home early. And when my parents came home early, I remember my mom came downstairs and she saw there was a girl over. At this point, she was confused, and then after that, she was looking around and seeing my room was a total mess. Knowing my cable management was a mess because Chloe was under my desk, and knowing that I had clothes all over the place was just not easy. And knowing how Chloe's hair looked, it did look like something happened. And then I remember my mom went upstairs saying, "Did you know Bubba has a girl over?" And my grandma looks over at my mom saying, "No, I did not see anyone downstairs." Yeah, that's when my dad came downstairs. And my dad came downstairs, he was all upset, and let's just say one thing led to another. Chloe got kicked out of the house. Honestly, was I happy that that day happened? No, but honestly, just note to self, don't invite chicks over, or don't ever break the friendship board if you're on the friend zone. If you're in the friend zone, stay in the friend zone, unless you actually want to date them and you know it. Anyways, that is basically it. Make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe if you guys haven't already. Seriously, it means a lot when you guys do on this channel. And on top of that, I am currently live on Twitch like I usually say. I think I said that 3 times in this video, so make sure you guys click the link in the description below and join in on the live stream. Other than that, I'll see all you dudes in the next video. All right, peace out, guys.